Hello again, everyone. Right, another quick video. Just going to do some, really short tests. This video is shortly, aptly named, is it a pull tab, is it a hammered? There's also a couple of modern coinage, a 10p and a 5p. I'm going to whiz through this and I'm going to demonstrate this using two different search modes. Three really. I'll show you the normal search mode, the polar plot, and also what's called the sizing graph as well, so that you can see the different ways of analysing these. You've got to be very careful with pull tabs and hammered coins. They are very, very similar in their rating and how the signal appears. And what you don't want to be doing is not digging targets that turn out to be hammers. You don't want to be missing that. But I'll show you ways of potentially ironing out the differences. But this is by no means a conclusive test. These are only a few examples, and really if you're not sure you should always dig a target. Anyway, I'll whiz through these. So, right, I'm going to start off over here. We've got a tiny little John hammered and a sort of normal can pull tab. I'll start with the pull tab. I'm using the shooter coil again, so I'm going to wave that around and I'm going to show you the screen itself. So, there you are. Plus 22, solid, normal search mode. Okay, I'm going to flick my trigger forward to my first search screen. This is the sizing discrimination analyze mode. So you get a nice small, that one's a little bit more squirrely. So excuse me not waving it past the coil properly. There you are. Nice, sort of tight, little sort of hump, I suppose it is, and you can see the frequencies at the top. The blue is leading, red almost exactly in line with it, not so much on the green frequency with this pull tab. But now let me quickly show you, next to this one was this little hammered. So let me show you, same analyze on this hammered. See what I mean? Pretty close. 25, the VDI is slightly different, slightly higher, jumping around a little more, but it's close enough to make you think twice. You wouldn't go past it. I'll quickly show you on the polar plot as well, which I'll jump into by going to this, selecting polar plot, and quickly trigger back to your search mode. Okay, so here's your polar plot. So you're testing your signal again, same pull tab. This is the pull tab. See, now you've got your leading blue. So your VDI is 21, 99 confidence, leading blue. You know that you'd think, well, that's a pretty good signal. You might dig that. So coming back to the same little hammered again. Let's try. So this is the hammered here. So you've got a slightly higher VDI, see 25, but you can see on the graph that is pretty similar. So you'd be thinking twice before going past it, but it is a higher VDI number. So most pull tabs I've found have come between 19 and 21, 22. Most hammered are either below that or above it, but then this is only on a very small selection. Let me show you the perfect example of a problem. This, as far as I'm aware, is a Charles I rose farthing. If I go onto here, polar plot, see 22 is the VDI, blue leading, 99% certainty, and the pull tab next to it is a 21. Ooh, very close, you see, very close. Would you take the risk? Probably not. I think you'd have to dig a few pull tabs, to be honest. You don't want to be missing a rose farthing. Let's run quickly through a few of these. Here's another little hammered. Comes up. Leading blue again. 23 on the VDI. 23 to 25. Jumping around a little bit. And the pull tab that was sitting next to it, different pull tab this time. There we go. So this one. There you are. Going in at 19 is this pull tab. You know, again leading blue, but there is a difference in the VDIs between the hammers and the pull tabs. Try the other one. Slightly bigger, very worn silver hammered, this one. Hammered first. 17, you see, a much lower VDI number. So they're either lower or higher. They seem to, the modern pull tabs seem to fit into this range. There's, this is the pull tab sitting next to it, another different pull tab coming up at 22, leading blue. So they are close. Now then, just to throw in a couple of last bits at the end. Modern 10p, modern 5p. Modern 10p, 22, leading blue, almost identical to the pull tabs we had, and identical to the rose farthing as well. 21, 22, same thing. Confidence rating high, so you might have to dig a few 10p's. The hammered that was next to the 10p here, this is the hammered. You see, this one different, 16, very low conductivity, massive leading blue on there, so that gives you a little bit more ability. As you can see, this is a tiny, very grossy little hammered, not very good condition at all, but really quite distinctively a leading blue there. And last but not least, the modern 5p. This is your 5p here, so 5p coming in about 15, you see, very low. That's exactly like a very low conductivity hammered coin there. And the little low conductivity hammered coin that's next to the 5, this is what this one looks like. 12, even lower. Strong blue, even lower, you see. So these tiny little old hammered coins, very low conductivity, which just might give you a bit of edge. So if you're in a modern park or even anywhere with modern junk, you could begin to take a bit of a dare. But to be brutally honest, when you've got signals this close to each other, if you're digging 6 or 7 pull tabs for every rose farthing, well, what the hell? I think that's, I don't mind digging a few pull tabs. This is a Jeton, an old 1500s Jeton. Just to give you an idea, it's a bigger hammered. It's not really a hammered coin, it's similar, very similar, but I'll show you this one. Again, 17, leading blue. You know, it's basically, that's a hammered signature on the graph, that is. So again, but just to give you an idea, in general so far, and this is only air testing, I've discovered that the pull tabs are between 19 and 22 in their range on the VDI numbers, and the hammered are either a bit below that in the 15, some of them down to 12, this one 17, but usually below 19, except for the rose farthing, which seems to stubbornly stick in an identical signature to a pull tab. So in fact, just very quickly, I'll finish this video by showing you the last bit of that. So I'll switch it back into your sizing graph here. I'm going to go into there, come back to the search screen with this, and just to show you the problematic one here. So if you think, well, I can analyse this out with a different graph, so here's the one next to the farthing. Pull tab again, nice even little hump, blue and red next to each other. That's, you know, that's potentially a good little signal. Now I'll switch over to the farthing on the sizing graph. Let's go for this. I mean, would you dare? Would you dare? I think not. I think you'd be digging both those, and I think you're just going to have to accept the odd pull tab now and again. For those that want to get really pernickety about it, you might avoid a few pull tabs if you got really good at analysing this, but in British mineralised soil, you know, do you want to risk it? I think half the fun is not quite being sure what you're going to dig. You may have to accept a few pull tabs. Anyway, I'll get better with this machine. I'll find out a few more techniques, and hopefully we can find a way of avoiding some in the future. And as soon as I know, I shall let you know as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope it was useful. Cheers then. Bye bye.